Hey guys, it's Gaz here with Arrow Studio. Welcome back to our HTML and CSS beginners course. In the last episode we gave a brief introduction to the layout of a HTML document. We added a couple of very basic HTML tags. We went over the div, h1, h2 and paragraph tag. In this episode we're going to do an introduction to CSS. So this will just give a brief overview of how we use CSS, how we link the CSS document to this document, and actually how you write some CSS classes. So to start with, let's go and create a new CSS file. Now since the last episode I have gone and put our website inside a folder on my desktop. So I've just called this Arrow Studio websites, and I've just gone and put that index.html in there just to keep the project tidy. So what I want to do in Notepad++ is I want to do File, Save As, and inside my new folder I want to select all types, and then we're going to call this style.css. I'm going to save that, and now we've got a CSS file which you'll find just in here. So we want to now link this document to our HTML page so it can use it. Now, like all the other settings, we're going to put it inside our head tags in between. So for this we're going to create a link. Now before closing off this tag straight away, we're going to add a couple of attributes. The first one is going to be a rel. I'm going to do equals, then I'll quote, and inside here we're going to put style sheet. So what a rel is, well, a relationship. So what relationship does this link have with this document? And for us it's going to be a CSS, so the browser will know style sheet, it's going to bring it in, and then the classes and the styles will work. So after the rel tag we want to create a href tag. Inside here we're going to put the link to our CSS file. Now these are both in the same folders, so for this all we need to do is style.css. Now if that was in a subfolder we would do subfolder /style.css. Well, both of ours are in the same folder, so we don't have to do that. Now instead of closing this tag and then creating a closing tag, because nothing is actually going to go in between this tag, what we can do is self-close. So self-closing is just the same as doing this, but we know there's going to be nothing in between here. So effectively it's a waste of space. So what we can do is just self-close. So we're going to save that, and then we're going to start adding some styling. Now there are three main ways to style a document. You can either target the tags themselves, so targeting just body. You can do a class, which you can use on multiple different types of tags, or you can target by ID. Now in HTML you should only ever have one ID or one unique ID per page. So for instance, if we went to the h1 and we created an attribute of ID equals test, and then again we went on to the ID, added an ID to the h2 of ID equals test, that would fail the standards for HTML. So if you want to be using the same style again and again and again, that's where we use a class. And down here we can create a class. So there are different ways to target. So okay, for our h1s we'll target with this test class. With the p tag we will target with an ID of para for paragraph, and for the body we'll target the actual tag itself. So back in our CSS file, what we want to first do is target the body. So to do that we simply just type body. That simple. So, and then to target a class, so we've got our class called test. For a class, you put dot, then test. Open it up, and then below the class, we're going to target by ID, so para. And to target by an ID, we do hash or pound, and then para. Now, we're going to be targeting just these three for now. We will later go into more detailed explanation of targeting certain things at the same time, but for now we have targeting by tag, targeting by class, and targeting by ID. So let's say for our body we want to, let's say background, and we're just going to say red. Now in here you can use different ways to style, so you can use hex colors or RGB. We're going to be using the simple, inbuilt color scheme, so you can use red, green, black, white, blue. Just keeping it simpler for now. So we've targeted our body tag with that. So if we just want to go and open up this index file, yeah, I always want to use Google Chrome to open, and you can see our background is now red. So if we go back to here and let's change that to blue, save, refresh, and it's blue. Now for our heading 1 and 2, which we are targeting by a class, again we created the attribute class and added test in here. Can't really see that text that well, so maybe we want to do color, and then we're going to do white. So let's refresh, and now the color is white. And now we want to target by our paragraph, and let's say for our paragraph for this we want to make our background white. So we refresh, and you see our paragraph is now white. So they're the three simple ways to use CSS to style a document. So you can either use the ID, a class, or target the tag itself. We're going to leave that here for this episode, guys. That's a very quick introduction to CSS. In the next episode we are going to go into more detailed HTML tags. We will build up maybe a menu, and we will look to style that menu after that. If you want to look at anything different, let me know down in the description, or if you have any questions. So yeah, be sure to watch the next episode, guys, and thanks for watching.